Hi everybody, I'm Jessica Nicole Dickerson, aka JND, and welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm really excited to say I'm doing another tag video, and this is the black booktuber tag made by Mariama. And you guys know that I'm starting to do shoutouts in the beginning of all my videos, so I'm shouting out Mariama in this video. Go check them out. Their channel will be linked below, same with their social media, and I believe they have a Twitter and an Instagram. Just check below. They have an amazing channel. She's the cutest little bean ever, and they always just make great content. I love their Instagram too because it's just populated with so many good recommendations, so I really recommend you check her out. Yes, she's fabulous. This is an original tag made by her, so you should definitely support her. And her channel is called Readingblk, so Readingblk. Love that. So now just getting into the questions of the tag. I'm totally not prepared. I don't know the questions beforehand. I think I watched her video when she first published it a couple weeks ago, and now I'm finally getting around to filming it. So let's just dive into the prompts. So the first question is, tell me about yourself, which is just so cute. I remember when I made my booktube tag like last year, the mixed bag tag, I also was like, tell us about yourself, because I think that's just something that I just like to get to know people a little bit better. So I really love that the prompt has that, because a lot of booktube tags or booktuber tags go right into, let's talk about books. It's like, wait, let me hear about you first. Pods. So me, I'm Jessica Nicole Dickerson. A lot of people are starting to realize I'm an actor. I am an actor. That's what I got my degree in theater arts. I just got my very expensive sheet of paper in the mail. I'm very excited. Yes, I do like to read. My reading tastes lead towards like high fantasy, urban fantasy. I do like YA a little bit more than adult, but I am starting to dive into more adult books. When it comes to like fantasy and a little romance, but I love my YA contemporary too, and I will specify that I really like diverse contemporary that has really interesting characters. Muslim American, Asian American, and I also do need to burst my bubble and read less American lit. Completely need to. I watched the Artisan Geek's like recent video about you need to diversify your reads internationally, and I'm like, I do. I'm so sorry. I think like recently the only other book I read that was out of America was like Queenie. So I need to up my game. I'm supposed to be talking about myself and I'm talking about books. Look at me. Let's see. 23. I am diabetic, so if anyone else is diabetic, I feel you. Type 1. Hello. What else? Besides being a student, I feel like there's nothing else that's very interesting. I'm Black and Cuban, if you're curious. Okay, I'll get into the next question because I have nothing else to say. I guess I'm a little boring. It's fine. Okay, so the second prompt is, who's a black author you love that a lot of people don't really know about? I feel like I should pull up my Goodreads. See, this is why you should prepare more for tags, so you don't just sit here staring with like your thumb in your mouth like. I guess a good book to talk about first is Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett. I love this. It was her debut book. I think it's starting to get a little bit more popular, especially during Pride Month, because this book talks a lot about pride, being bi, being asexual, and like trying to figure out your sexuality. The main character also has HIV, but it also is a really good black love story. It just talks about living while black. It's very cute, very heartfelt. Natasha Diaz, Color Me In, is also, I think, a very underrepresented book. It was such a great story talking about a black and Jewish girl she's mixed, talking about being passing but still wanting to do something in her community and make a difference, and still, you know, facing her own injustices, and how to balance that. I thought that was a really precious story. Mimi Grace, Along for the Ride was a great adult romance that talked a lot about just love and consent, and it was a really fun enemies to lovers romance, which I think more people should talk about. Okay, and then Sharon G. Flake. I really like her writing style. It's very simplistic, very straight to the point, but purposeful and still kicks you in the gut. The book I read from her is The Skin I'm In. So good. I want to start reading more of her books because they're comforting, but at the same time tackle so many issues. So this is about a kind of bigger plus-size girl who has like a big afro, and she goes to school, and a lot of people make fun of her for her hair, and it's all about learning to love herself, and it's just such a precious story, and more people need to read it. 100%. I also don't have many of those books with me because, as some of you guys might know, I'm in Hawaii right now. all my stuff is in storage because of everything happening. But yeah, let's move on to the next question. Next question, favorite book about the Black experience? Ooh. I think this book is kind of obvious for people who have subscribed to me, but I think I'm gonna have to pick Piecing Me In by Renee Watson, because it just connects to me deeply, especially my experience in college. I went to a public high school. I didn't talk about race in high school. I went to a very diverse high school in Hawaii where there was a lot of locals and a lot of base kids, military kids. So it was a really mixed bag of students. And then I went to college and I realized that that's not the case everywhere. I mean, even in high school, I was the only like Black student in most of my classes, but it didn't feel that way. But in college, it felt that way. Literally, my battery died again. I feel like I need like a second battery because this battery keeps pooping out. Okay, I'm done being dramatic. Let's get back to the questions. I know I was just talking about Piecing Me Together, but y'all already know I love that book to death, and it just hits personally for me. So you guys can check it out if you want. I recommend it, but it connected deeply with me. Moving on to the fourth question now. The fourth question is favorite book by a Black author. There's so many that I like. I don't know if I could pick a favorite. Like I really like Dear Martin by Nick Stone. Nick Stone's writing style in general is just great. I like Dear Martin because it really balanced the playfulness of being a young Black boy and the harsh realities. But I know that's a very popular book a lot of people know about. Another book I really liked, How It Went Down, and I think Mariama actually mentioned this one in her original book tag too, so go watch hers. I really liked how the story was broken down, but these two books, like Dear Martin and How It Went Down, are definitely about Black struggle, not as much about Black love. If I had to pick a Black love story, maybe Along for the Ride by Mimi Grace, the one I mentioned before, because it's about love, and also that woman is hustling so hard to get her dream job, and it's so inspirational because I feel like everyone does that. Everyone wants love, but they also want a job that they enjoy and can put time into and feel rewarded but passionate about, you know. So I really like that aspect of it. And this might be controversial, but Pride by Ibi Zoboi, solid like 3-star book. I really appreciate the sister dynamics in that book, the experience of being in a community that's being gentrified but still trying to support each other, still trying to, you know, go to college. Also the sister dynamics of some of them are trying to get money and hustle, and then some of them are like, no, I just want a boyfriend. And it's just like the sister relationships, so cute, spot on as someone who has a sister. Like totally those conversations happened, and it's just, I like that aspect of it. The love, you know, it's a very heavily romance book, but I really love like just the family dynamic in that story. I think Ibi Zoboi does really good family dynamics. Let's recommend a Black and queer book. Let's see. I think besides Full Disclosure, I already mentioned that, by Cameron Garrett. I also would recommend, you know, Black Leopard and Red Wolf by Marlon James, what I'm reading right now. So queer. It's really gay. It's actually really exciting because I didn't expect it to be like that, because it kind of seems like it's going to talk a lot about traditional values, but then you see these guys and it's an adult fantasy, so there's a lot of action happening there, and also a lot of like violence and brutality and stuff, but it's very gay, and I'm like kind of shipping the two characters, the shapeshifters, together, and I'm gonna see if they come together. Oh, one that was really cute was The Stars and Blackness Between. I thought it was a solid book. The writing style of it was so beautiful, and the relationship between the two main characters was just perfect. It was just so wholesome, and one of them is diagnosed and is dying. It's so sad. Be prepared. It's so sad, and the ending made me so sad, but it was still a beautiful book, beautifully written, and such a cute story. And the struggle that happens in the book I also like, because it does talk about Black struggle, and it talks about Black love and queerness, but it does it in such an articulate way. Highly recommend. Definitely help me out and comment down below if you have any recommendations for more Black queer books. I know I've been watching Jessie from Bow Ties and Books. They have the best recommendations all the time, and they're really diving in deep, so I really want to also really get more into that. My bank account. I know I just purchased Felix Ever After and Black Flamingo, which I'm really looking forward to. Wait, I think I'm answering questions before I have been asked them. Let's see. Number 6, recommend a book with a Black person on the cover. every book ever. I wish I had more of my collection with me because I only have about 50 books here in Hawaii with me, which sounds like a lot, and like half of them are black lit or brown lit, but it's so hard because I have so many that I've read. Oh, how about Slay by Brittany Morris? Really fun book. It's very empowering, especially for us nerdy black girls. Really love that. Also Saltly Bittersweet. I feel like not enough people have heard about that. She's a mixed girl. She's black, Cuban, and French, and she is she's on the cover of it. It's a pretty illustrated cover, and it's all about her trying to achieve her dream, but also realizing that like hustle culture and like, is this really what she wants, or is this what she's been told is the best route, but it isn't best for her. And it talks about love, and it's so sweet. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question. Question 7. Recommend a book by a black author that makes you happy. A lot of them. A Blade So Black was really fun. It's a Alice in Wonderland retelling. Very cute, very fun, very wholesome but magical, and there's just the magical element where they go into Wonderland and she's fighting monsters. So it's a really fun dynamic book, so I would recommend that. Odd One Out by Nick Stone is also a really fun lighthearted book that talks about love. The ending was so sweet, and also that's a very good queer lit book because it talks about being bi or being lesbian and those feelings about labeling yourself and how do you figure out what's best and coming out. Beautiful book, and it's so funny and hilarious. Okay, I'll move on to the next question. Recommend some black booktubers. Yes, I'll link some down below. Again, this is why you should prepare for a tag and not just fly off the cuff of your pants, but we'll see. So definitely check out Mariama down below. Her channel's listed, check it out. Justin the Ghost Reader, I have beef with him, but you feel free to subscribe. You know, he has great content, but we got beef. Justin, if you ever watched that. The Artisan Geek I talked about earlier, her channel is phenomenal, and she just really has just very thought-provoking content. Lucie Reads, the sweetest person ever, always uploading such good content and such great discussions. Also phenomenal book reviews. Starlah Reads, if you have not subscribed to her, what are you doing? Like the most beautiful human being on the face of the planet. Let's see, Alana, the Awkward Book Nerd, check her out, she is phenomenal too. I'm literally just going through all my subscriptions and seeing who pops up. I already talked about Jessie from Bow Ties and Books. I'll have those channels linked below. But I think I'm also not gonna tag anybody because I'm like a little too scared to like tag people and tell people what to do. But if you're watching this, definitely feel inclined to do this, especially if you're a black booktuber. We really want to highlight black voices now, and I know a lot of people are like saying black booktubers are entitled, which is just a whole other issue, because I don't know how someone can be entitled because they're asking for, you know, like, we're not asking to be the biggest booktubers. We're not asking actually for anything except for some respect, you know? And it's really cute that people say that other people are entitled when they're really just asking for space to breathe. Like, just give me a, like, I have my platform. I'm not asking for anyone to do anything special for me. I just want to have my platform and be able to be me and do me. Like, that's simple. Like, the same with Black Lives Matter. That statement shouldn't be disputed. It's not, by saying we matter doesn't mean that you matter less. Like, just, I hope people don't take that the wrong way, but it's just so true. Just, you know, let black people live truthfully. Literally, that statement in itself. That's all we want. We just want to live our lives. Like, please. The 9th question is, talk about a book by a black author that's coming in 2020. So, one that I'm really excited for is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. I love their writing style. I read Monday's Not Coming. They're just such a phenomenal book. And I also read Let Me Hear a Rhyme by them, which is a Brown Girl Book Club pick. I have a live show all about it. Tiffany D. Jackson just has the best writing style. I love her. So Grown has such an interesting context. I heard it was like the R. Kelly case. So I'm really interested to see what she does with that. Let me pop back on Goodreads because I'm not prepared. Smash It by Francina Simone. I'm trying to see if I can get my hands on an arc of that because I would love to read it. Francina Simone is also a Black booktuber hero. Everyone loves her content. She's just phenomenal and so funny. So I'm really looking forward to her book. I just feel like it's going to be such a ride. Oh, I know the voting booth by Brandy Colbert is coming out soon, which is great, especially during election year. I hope it's topical. I've heard a lot of good reviews on it too. I also have Now That I've Found You by Christina Forrest. She also wrote I Want to Be Where You Are. She seems super quirky and fun and all about Black love, which we all need, you know. I think, oh my god, how did I not mention Dear Justice by Nick Stone? I'm so excited. It's the sequel to Dear Martin, and I'm really looking forward to the conversations in this book. It's gonna be phenomenal. I just know it. I just know it. Okay, and the last question is to tag Black booktubers. So I'm not gonna tag anybody, but I might tag a few people on Twitter, maybe, if I get the courage. But thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below, have you read any of these books? Are you interested in reading any of these books? Let me know. I'm really interested to see what you guys are doing, what you guys think. And I have to thank Mariama for making this video. It's so cool. I love it when people make tags and it's just so exciting. And thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope I brought a little bit more sunshine to your day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.